there, welcome back. In today's video we're going to use everything that's in front of us. Well, actually, might need two videos rather than just one video. Let's see how we go. We've got this lovely thing here. This is from Resin Jewels. It's called Twinkle Tips. Very nice. And this is also from Resin Jewels. It's from the Mermaid Treasures kit. And then we've got a mix of glitters. Now this green one here is from the range. And so too is this other sort of bluey purpley coloured one there that's currently in my hands. And then these three remaining glitters are from a company called Temu. And as usual, everything that we use in today's video will be listed in the description box with links and discount codes should we have any. I don't think we've got any discount codes, but you never know. Now these are bangle moulds. We've actually got 4 here, but I think for this video we will probably only use 2 of them. There you go, they're all different sizes. That last one there has got more of a squared edge. And then we also have this lovely big bubble-edged trinket dish, and this slightly smaller one, it's got a larger bubble on the edge to this one. So can't wait to get going with this, and let's see what we can come up with. Here we go. So I've opted to do the 2 bubble-edged trinket dishes first, and I'm going to use these glitters here. So you've got this beautiful pale lavendery coloured one, a pink one as you can see, and the green one and the purpley coloured one. Now all I've done is decanted some of the glitters into smaller mixing cups, and then I've got a large amount of clear resin. This is just a Tea Expert resin, which is the current brand we're using, 1:1 mixing ratio. So I'm just pouring in a small amount into each one of these on top of the glitters and just stirring it up. Look at the beautiful, obviously this has been sped up. I don't stir quite this fast. Look at how beautiful that is in the glitter. Just a tiny bit more there, I think. There we go. Absolutely love this. Haven't used the Temu glitters for a long time. Look at that colour on this one. Oh, stunning. There we are, everyone. The S word, stunning. But this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I was getting very much sort of pastel festival vibe, maybe a little bit mermaidy, particularly when you look at this green one. Now this green one has got little flecks in it that just pop with colour. You'll see what I mean. Can you see what I mean there? Hang on just one moment, they're a bit slower. There we go. Now that's very much mermaid-ish, I think. And then this beautiful, much deeper fuchsia pink coloured one as well. It's gorgeous. So just stir that one up as well. Now they're different sizes of glitter. Some of them are fine glitters and some of them not quite so fine, more of a like confetti style or dotty style glitter. And then last but by no means least, this much darker bluey purpley coloured glitter. There we go. Really love these colours. Love them as a mix together and also love them separately in their own right. Just going to pour them into the mould. Starting off with the green one. No particular rhyme or reason or order or even way in which I've done this, just dropping them in here, there and everywhere. You can try do them in sort of sections or in blocks of colour if you want to, but to be honest I just wanted to see how they'd work. And obviously this has been sped up. Do take your time and care when using resin and when pouring things in. But if we don't speed up certain sections of the video, this video would be nearly an hour long. So bear in with us. As you can see, can you see where there's bits of green? Can you see that popping, that colour popping? It's gorgeous. Resin will always do exactly what resin wants to do. It will either mix or not mix with the different colours and so on, or it will stay exactly where it is. It will also continue to move until it cures completely. So obviously I was just stirring it there a little bit with the older stir stick. And then realise that it's not quite full enough to the tops or to the edge of the mould. So I've just got some more of the clear resin And look at this. Oh, and look at this fabulous little spade. This is a spade sort of spoon scoop thing that, again, we purchased from Resin Jewels. Everything that we've used will be listed in the comments, along with links and descriptions and so on of what we're using. Now, look at that. Look at the way that's just mixed in. How is a gorgeous, gorgeous glitter. This was the Twinkle Tints, I believe it's called. So we're just pouring that in, trying to keep it in the middle, but to be honest with you, it doesn't matter if it moves around a bit. This is going to give a real punch of glitter, a real hit of glitter when it cures. There we go. Just making sure that every last little bit you can use is out of that container and into the mould. There we go. And just going to give it a little bit of a stir up. Just trying to make sure we've got a little bit of something, a little bit of each colour where we want it to be. And then I'll put this to one side, give it a couple of sprays or spritzes with some isopropyl alcohol from an atomizer, and then we'll leave it to cure. So I did still have some resin left over, and I thought, you know, why not? Let's have a go at just scraping out the last little bits from these containers and see if I can get them to go into these beautiful bangle moulds. Now, you don't have to use them just as bangles. You could create them, craft them into a design for a pendant. Totally up to you what you do. You could use them as wall decorations, or to help with perhaps a macrame style hanging for plants and things like that. We haven't yet had a go at those, but that is on our list. So as you can see, I'm just dropping in little blobs of what's still left in these little mixing cups of the different coloured glitters. I wanted to use everything up. There we go. Just popping them in as best as I can. Now, unfortunately, it did get a bit messy. Yeah, it did get a wee bit messy. So this one I had more of it left. There we go. So trying the best way possible to get it into this mould was quite difficult. So here we go. This is the bit where I'm glad I'm wearing gloves, because it gets a little bit sticky and a little bit messy. So don't forget, when you're using resin, make sure that you wear gloves, like I am here, these lovely pink nitrile gloves. We sometimes wear black ones as well, or blue. You can get them in any colour, I think, really. Available most good stockists, particularly online. As I say, we get ours usually, I think, from Amazon. But yeah, obviously you get it from your retailer of choice. And that you wear a respirator mask, and that you work in a well-ventilated room. There we go. Obviously, don't wear your best clothing when you're doing anything related to crafting, in case it gets paint on it or resin on it, and it ruins it. So there you go. You can see I'm getting a little bit in a bit of a messy state here. So there's going to be a small clean-up job, I think, happening there. There we go. So I'm just taking the stir stick, going over the top, and I'm going to level it out, clean it up, and then hopefully there'll be less to deal with when it's cured. There we go. Just scraping the stir stick over the top of the mould, making sure that we're getting as much of the excess off as possible. And here I am with the other mould, the other bangle mould, doing exactly the same thing. I have actually made up a bit more of the resin and mixed a bit more of the glitters in, just so that we can do this other mould as well. I do love the idea of these as bangles, but one of them, the bigger one, really is too big. Even if you're like me and you've got quite large wrists, this one really is a little bit too big. So decided to opt over to stop trying to pour it into the mould, but using the stick instead. So just off of the stick instead, seeing if I can be a little bit more accurate. I mean, that you can use the little mini mixing cups that have got the spout on them. Much better thing to use really if you're going to try and pour into these kinds of molds, but we don't have any. We did have some, but I think we've actually used them all, and I can't for the life of me locate what I've done with the little silicone ones that we had. But there we go. Anyway, so just using up the rest of this resin with the glitters in. So we've got, for this one, we've got the paler, a large section of paler green, the palish lovely green with the pop of colour in it, of the sparkle to it. And then this is the pale pink one. The pale pink one was the Hemway glitter. The green one was the one from, I believe, the Range, which is a UK retailer over here in the UK. They make all kinds of things. And here we go with this much darker bluish purple colour in this section here. In that cup it looks darker blue, and when you pour it into the mould it looks more of a dark purple. But there we go. I mean, there's going to be some mix of colours with the different types of different colours of resin. There we go. Just making sure that it's as full as it needs to be, so there's not a lot of clean-up job left. However, there is going to be a lot of clean-up involved in the silicone mat that I'm working off of, but that's okay. Resin comes off easy enough. So there we go, just finishing topping up this mould. You can see the other one to the right there. There we go. I did also end up giving these a little bit of a spray with some isopropyl alcohol as well. There we go. So just going around there, topping them up where they needed to be topped up. Do love these colours, nice contrast. Almost ombre, apart from the fact they aren't all sort of purplish colours or all green or all pink, or all, you know, you could actually, that would be quite a good idea. Maybe something to do for the next project perhaps, but this is a good 24 hours later. Now this was the fatter edged bubble dish that we decided to do, the little chunky one. And look at this glitter. So that was the twinkled tints on the underside, and look at that hit. Now we did put all those different colours of glitters in, and as you can see most of them have mixed in together. You've got a lot of it has gone to the bottom, which now appears to be on the top of the mould of this project. But I really like that. Really, really like that. And these, here we go, are the bangles. So I did clean up the moulds. They got a little bit of overspill there that I didn't manage to get. But let's see how they come out of these moulds. Now these are still a little bit bendy, but at the moment they're looking like we've got quite a good effect and a good cure on them. So they are a bit bendy, but that's okay, because we'll just reshape them a little bit. Look at that. Now this reminds me a bit of hula hoops. Obviously hula hoops, if you've ever played with them when you were younger perhaps, or you have children that have them, great fun. Many a happy childhood memory putting that. But I love this. Now look at that. I mean, I just love the colours of the glitters in this one. It's beautiful. So this is the paler one. I love it. Love it, love it. And you could adapt it. You could have anything hanging from it in the centre, and then you could put some cord around the top and actually have it as a pendant instead, and you could do exactly the same with this one. So there, as you can see, a little bit more bendy still. So needs a little bit of work, just rework it back in, tiny bit of clear up there. Otherwise it's nice and clean and a good cure there. I do like the effect of the colour gradation there. And there we go, that is the right side round. Love those pops and those of colour there as well on the confetti glitter has given it. So those two look lovely. So there we go. I mean, it would be a statement piece, pendant-wise, but would look absolutely stunning. And you could actually make quite a few more of these and put them and layer them up, one on top of the other, going all the way up, and use some resin or some glue to glue them together, and then you'd have more. You could actually make yourself a very nice interior decor piece, you know, not for wearing obviously, but make almost like a tower of them, and they would look fantastic. So there we go, just trying to show you that you could actually have a little pendant hanging from them. You could also attach that with a jump ring and a little screw hook, perhaps, with some sort of jewellery finding to the inside or the outside, and you could just have that as a statement hanging from the bangle on your wrist, or hanging as part of the design of the pendant. It would look really, really lovely. I do love it. There we go. I'm just obviously at this point, I was in the video when I was making it, I was just deciding about whether or not am I going to glue these together and try and make the tower that I was talking about just now. So here's the final shots. Here's some close-ups of the beautiful glitter in this bubble edged mold. It's the little chunky one. You could put a little round mirror in the middle of that as well. That would look lovely. And here is the smaller bangle. Beautiful. More of a pinks in this one. And then the larger bangle, which has got that beautiful purplish blue into the pinks and then into the green. I really, really like these. I think they look stunning. So here we go once more with a final shot, slightly differently positioned. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Couldn't resist doing a bit of glitter. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and for joining us in the live chat if you have done. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And as ever, we will see you again in a few days' time with another video, probably some more glitter. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.